You know, you don't really, you really take for granted, and even remotely competent controller design, where, until you've had to play an entire, like, 12-hour game with a Wiimote turned to its side. And an action slash first person shooter. Hey, feels good to freaking use the weird, even weirdly thin Wii U controller. At least it fits in my hands. I got big hands, man. Come on now. Here we are. Metroid number... Well, I mean, it's okay. So it's gonna say Metroid 4 because this was made before Other M. But, it's Metroid 4. But, for this legacy, it's number 5. It's the 5th game we are playing. This game, I know very little about. I know about an antagonist in it. I know about the X-Parasites. Wow, we got like a full cutscene, like a full animated one too. It's very different than Zero Mission. Zero Mission, we had like still images that would move here and there. Oh. Ah, classic theme. So it's a little different. It's a little sinister. Wow, they're really starting super cinematic with this one. I kind of dig it. Interesting. What is this background depicting? Oh, I see. So this is supposed to be straight out of the quote-unquote Game Boy. I'm currently playing this off of the Wii U Virtual Console. This is for headphones? Does that mean surround sound? I guess I'll try this for now. It to me it just kind of sounds like it's less full. If that makes sense. I mean, okay, hold on. I just realized I said surround sound. Like, I don't think Game Boys really did. Well, I mean, you can always switch it to lefty or right here, but I don't know if this is like surround sound necessarily. It does sound more distant. I'm gonna get hung up on this because I don't know, I'm really weirded out by what. Granted, I also have like a pretty, like a high-end thing, like headphones, which sometimes actually make certain things worse than just like an average pair of headphones. Got the what are they called? Let me see. The DT 770 Pro, the Biodynamic. I love them. They're my favorite headphones I've had. They're thick, built to last, huge, fit over my big fat head. That's good, and the sound quality is. But really quick here. Let's get a little bit of Is it tuned on television? Because this is another game that has the instruction booklet that comes with it, which I think is super cool. It actually has a whole preamble with a bunch of information. Hovering energy organism Metroid? Let's give it a little read. In Cosmic Year 20X5, a Galaxy Federation exploration vessel discovered an unknown organism on SR-388. The hovering creature was a Metroid, an entity that exhibited frightening parasitic energy-absorbing properties. Sometime later, gifted bounty hunter Samus Aran was dispatched alone to engage the Zebesian space pirates who abducted the Metroid specimen for use as a weapon. On Zebes, Samus also encountered the biomechanical Mother Brain, leader of the space pirates, and dispatched her in a bitter fight. From then on, Metroids were viewed as a highly dangerous life form. Eventually, Samus Aran was sent to SR-388 to exterminate the last remaining Metroids, but only after an entire Federation platoon was wiped out in an earlier attempt. At the end of her battle on SR-388, one Metroid hatchling was born before Samus's eyes, and it imprinted upon her as a mother figure. Samus took this larval Metroid, the last in the universe, to the Galactic Space Academy for observation and research. The research revealed several possible applications of Metroid-based technology for the betterment of humanity. The unique energy absorption properties of Metroids could be harnessed when they were artificially reproduced in captivity. But just when it seemed as if peace might prevail in the galaxy, space pirates returned for the Metroid hatchling and took it back to Zebes. Even though I'm almost certain all these planets blow up after we save the day. I could be wrong about that. Maybe they don't blow up every time. Anyways, Samus followed the space pirates back to Zebes and fought to exterminate their threat and save the last Metroid. In the final battle with Mother Brain, the hatchling saved Samus, giving up its life in the process. Samus succeeded in defeating Mother Brain, but the universe lost the promise of using Metroids for the power of good. And then Samus answered a distress call on some random space research station and met like her old friend, like an old friend, and her father figure / old captain Adam, and then a bunch of stuff happened. She didn't really do much. There was a Mother Brain replica, and they were experimenting and making other space pirates, and they replicated Metroids, and they made a Metroid Queen and an AI named MB that was just a replica of Mother Brain. She tried to take over the whole place, and then she got shot and killed by her creator, and it was kind of sad. A lot of people died. Most people died, except Anthony. We like Anthony, so, we like that. Yeah, that also happened. Something completely inconsequential that had no effect on anything. Samus also moped around a lot. It was sad. Anyways. From the Journal of Samus Aran. SR-388, a vile planet, former home of the Metroids. After so many years, the remaining creatures on this planet still seem to be trying to recreate a natural hierarchy, one without Metroids at the top. Biological Space Lab was hired by the Federation to observe this restructuring of the ecosystem, and because of my experience on SR-388, the Federation governor for this sector hired me to provide field assistance to the planet. So once again, I found myself drawn to that forsaken rock. The biological sample collected was going smoothly on the planet's surface when I came into contact with an organism which I never before encountered. We're gonna hold off there, I believe. because... Oh, my controller's full. That is what we're about to see right now, if I remember correctly. Been assigned to watch over Biologics research team. So I once again found myself on the surface of SR-388. Oh, if you remember, we saw that thing. Yeah, that was something that she had never seen before. Yeah, so I don't remember, at the end of the Samus Returns, the remake for the Return of Samus, the second game in the series, they added that little scene at the end showing one of the creatures, that one, getting infected by the X parasite. So it's actually super cool that they added that in there to allude to this. Question being whether or not they're ever going to remake Fusion for a modern console. That would be interesting. It was there that I was attacked by a life form I had never encountered before. It was only later that I learned the identity of my attacker, the parasitic organism we now know as X. Unaware of my condition, I was returning to the station when disaster struck. Oh, so she did crash at the beginning here. Once the X parasite infested my central nervous system, I lost consciousness and my ship drifted into an asteroid belt. Oh my gosh, it entered a nervous system? Criminy. The ship's emergency systems automatically ejected the escape pod before impact. Biologics vessel recovered it and transported me to Galactic Federation HQ. However, during the journey, the X multiplied within me, corrupting large areas of my power suit. It then came to light that the organic components of my power suit had become so integrated with my system that it could not be removed while I was unconscious. Oh, weird. Large portions of my suit had to be surgically removed, dramatically altering my physical appearance. However, the X in my central nervous system were too embedded to be removed safely. I was given a minimal chance of survival. Jeez. Okay, so this thing embedded into an actual physical body. Right, because her power suit is actually partially organic, right? We saw in Other M, the interpretation of how the power suit works seems to be like it physically forms around her, coming starting from her zero suit, like the blue jumpsuit, and then it expands outward. And it always did seem to have this it's not like the other Galactic Federation soldiers wearing their armor, right? It's a lot more like it's a lot more part of her being. Like it literally comes out of thin air and forms around her. So I guess which I guess makes sense because in Zero Mission we saw she got her final suit from the Chozo. You go to the Chozo ruins after the brief Zero suit section, and the power suit is a Chozo relic, right? If I remember correctly, it's like an ancient warrior's relic. So that's interesting. Then someone found a cure. Oh, just like that? Well, that's lucky. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. Vaccines? But sadly, Samus was an anti-vaxxer. She said, I'm not going to take the jab and you can't make me. I don't like anti-vaxxer Samus. They proposed using a Metroid cell to make an anti-X vaccine. Okay, hold on. So, Samus at this point, seems that the Federation had managed to preserve a cell culture from the last infant Metroid from SR388. Wow, that baby Metroid is going to save our life twice now. Because think about it. It gave us our life and a boost of power at the end of Super Metroid, and now it's going to save us at the beginning of Fusion because they happen to have just like a remnant of it. That's really interesting. I find it super concerning though that they're going to answer one seemingly hostile, undocumented entity that's latched itself inside of me by latching another like hostile, loosely documented entity as like a vaccine from it. So I'm gonna have X Parasite and Metroid DNA freaking running around in my system. Dang, by the time we get to Dread, what is Samus anymore? By the time we get to Dread, right? Like, what is she? Because in the Metroid Prime games, I know in 2 you get like those light and dark powers that has something to do with your suit, and then in 3 you flat out you get that those corruption abilities, which are like their own thing completely, right? Cell culture from the last Infinite Metroid from SO388. The serum was prepared and injected without delay or consent. The X parasites were immediately and completely destroyed. Oh. Oh, like, did the Metroid DNA just, like, absorb it? Whoa. As for me, one life ended, yet I survived, reborn as something different. Pondering this fact, I realize I owe the Metroid hatchling my life twice over. Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Jeez. See, that line right there, right? They didn't have to throw that line in to have her pondering the fact that that baby Metroid that imprinted on her, like, has saved her twice now. But she's thinking about that. She's considering that, and that's what I mean. It's subtle, but it's still present. Like her thoughts and her feelings on these sort of situations. Even her sitting right there saying, like my old life is over. I've been revived, but I'm something else. I'm different now. I'm not the same thing I was before. Which is interesting. I wonder if how this really pulls in some identity, struggles with identity, because I feel like she would already struggle because she is a human girl, right? But she was raised on a different planet away from humans amongst Chozo, right? So I feel like you could already see that sort of detached nature from other people that she has in Other M. That actually exemplified it pretty well, of her sort of detached nature when it comes to interacting with other people. Will soon be arriving at BSL research station. I must prepare for docking. Yeah, look at her suit. Weird. It's weird. It's like the oh, because they had to surgically remove pieces of it, right? So is this like the underlayer of her normal suit? Like if you remove the plating, there's just this thin layer of a biological biomaterial. Is it like a this is like the bio layer of the suit? Interesting. Yeah, because you can see her headpiece, like it normally would be, ends at the blue and the yellow. The ship's computer has notified me of our approach to the biologic space labs, or BSL research station. During my surgery, the research team sent the last batch of creatures we captured there as well as the infected pieces of my power suit. Oh no. Okay. After regaining consciousness, I learned that an unexplained explosion rocked the station. For some reason, this awoke a nameless fear in my heart, and now I am being sent there to investigate. Because they took the creatures, just like they took the Metroid. These people, they don't... I know you want to research. I know it could be... Maybe some... I don't know. I feel like some things should just be better left untouched. I guess there's an argument to be had that, well, if we leave everything on that planet growing endlessly and evolving endlessly unchecked, we could get something worse than the Metroids, which we might have with the X-Parasites, right? So it's like, that's not out of the question. But I like how they specified they took her infected suit pieces and put them there too. Her suit, which was already made of bio-organic material, right? Oh, not bio. Is bio-organic redundant? Just organic material, right? My mission on the BSL station will be overseen by my new ship's computer. Following the commands of this blunt, computerized CO is something I have to bear. Hold on. Following the commands of this blunt computerized CO is something that I have to bear, as it was a condition of my taking the ship. Okay. For someone who dislikes taking orders, this is the second time I've found myself having to do so. Makes me recall my other CO. Commanding officer? Was I talking about Adam? Wow. You know, this was made before Other M. How well is this going to fit? Did they really, like, really consider this game? Interesting. Yo, this ship is crazy. Oh, right, we lost our ship, like our OG ship. There's been an explosion in the quarantine bay. That's never good. The bay currently stores capsules containing recent samples from SR-388, as well as parts of your suit infected by the X-Parasites. The cause of the explosion is as yet unclear. Investigate the quarantine bay. Oh, investigate. The quarantine bay is here. Move quickly and quietly. You're still unable to use most of your latent abilities, except this time it makes sense. Don't forget that, Samus. Stop at the navigation room on the way. Uplink from there. Is your objective clear? Yes. Now go to the quarantine bay. Okay. I can't even charge up. How does it feel? Well, needless to say, it does have its entirely own feel compared to Zero Mission, Samus Returns, Super Metroid, and obviously Other M, so... Oh. Oh, right. Dang, my footsteps sound good, though. Okay. So this is gonna be interesting. We are gonna be guided again. Like Other M, we are going to be taking orders. I do like how she's like, I don't like taking orders, but they're making me take orders because I took the ship, so I could take the ship. That makes sense. That makes a lot more sense than freaking... Well, I guess Other M makes sense. The ambience is good. Oh, it gave us a little title? Oh no, I can shoot at a down angle. But I can't shoot straight down and move forward. Oh. But testing that out actually just straight up gave me guess nothing to do here yet. This is gonna be interesting. Does the whole game take place on this So his ship AI is going to be acting as her. I'm assuming CEO means commanding officer. And then I like how she alluded to what I'm assuming she meant to be Adam. The quarantine bay is ahead. Biosigns are confirmed. Be careful. Oh, I'm straight up blocked off. Maybe I should have gone up first. Oh. Yeah, this place certainly looks like it got blown up. Oh, jeepers. Okay. Oh. Hey game, are you gonna explain to me what I just did? Because I just absorbed an X parasite. Am I not infected again? I do like this though. I like how the environment looks different. The doors are different because like this is like its own. This is like a. You know, this is like its. Oh, if I hold down and then I can press down to shoot down specifically. So I can stand still and shoot down. Nice. Cool. But yeah, everything has its own look, its own vibe, because this is Biologic was capitalized. Is Biologic like its own company or something? This is unfortunate news. The specimens brought back by the field team were infected by X parasites. Oh, I thought they knew they were infected by X parasites. The X can mimic its prey. Any specimen could have hosted it. Oh. Before the explosion, a security sensor scanned one. The gelatinous X parasites invade and rapidly reproduce, killing the host creature. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. Oh, so you can be like hobbling around. Probably whatever sort of like inherent power that Samus has saved her when her suit probably helped, and then I think she has like. I said she was human, but doesn't Samus have like does she have Chozo DNA in her now too? I'm not 100% on that, but I may have to read the comics, the mangas, to get a little bit of extra info on that. I've heard they're interesting. They seem interesting. Maybe I'll do a an overview or a review on those as well to top off the Metroid Legacy. Maybe I'll do it before Dread though. That'd probably be good. Because Dread sounds like it's the last one. I don't know anything about it or how it plays out, but it seems like maybe that was the last one. They also absorb DNA and use it to mimic the host. So they kill the host, they seep into the host, kill it from the inside, and then just like puppet its body around. You were almost killed by an X infection. Only the Metroid vaccine saved your life. It seems Metroids were the main predators of the X. Oh, I understand. But then we killed all the Metroids, so the X parasites were able to come out. That's why the vaccine works so quickly, so well. But it has also changed your cellular makeup. You will never be infected by X again. In fact, you can now absorb any free-floating X parasites without a host by merely touching them. Wait, it changed our cellular makeup. It was a vaccine made of Metroids. Are we like part human, part Chozo? If that's even a thing, I'm not sure. Because these games are very loose with the storytelling, but are we part? Do we have Metroid DNA now? Are we part Metroid now? Without a host by merely touching them. This will allow you to replenish health and restore weapons. You may also restore latent abilities this way. So pursue free X parasites whenever you possibly can. You gotta drink that juice, Samus. The station is home to many species, some violent ones. We must keep the X out of the breeding environments at all costs. This is vital, Samus. I am already detecting massive biosigns in this region. The X are gathering. This may be our chance to exterminate them, but you are only at 10% battle capacity. Your chance of survival is extremely low. The Federation needs you alive and on duty, Samus. Is your objective clear? Now get going. I have released the lock on level 0 hatches. Look for the blinking hatches. Wow, yeah, they just straight up blocked me off. Oh, is the music actually... Oh. Oh, it can grab onto ledges? Okay. little less flashy of an animation than in the other games, but... Oh, so they actually just... Even freeform, they can just straight up turn into something else. Yeah, I like how the color palette of this place is. What was that? Hello? Oh. You freaking zombies? We zombies now? Oh, they're just dead people. Oh, this is going to be interesting because we're actually going to be walking around an area that has that had people like living and working on it. But yeah, from what I've heard, this is a much more linear game compared to like any of the other ones. Well, outside of Other M, obviously, but that came after this. I've received news from HQ. They can support you with downloadable weapons data. Once you have this data, you'll be able to use missiles. This will help against some enemies your beam can't hurt. Head to the data room for the download. The data room is here. Okay, hold on. So we have navigation rooms, data rooms, save rooms. What does the arrow stand for? Is your objective clear? Yeah. With missiles, your chance of survival climbs to 20%. If you say so, ma'am. I don't know why I just assumed the AI. AIs a lot of the time are like, at least have like feminine voices. I don't know. Although I have a feeling she said that it reminded her of CO. That computer reminds me of a gruff Federation CO I served under named him Adam Malkovich. He called me lady on missions. From anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect, and with some irony, I named the computer after him. Oh my gosh. Wait, so they got the lady line is actually from this game? They didn't just make that up for Other M? Interesting. And okay, so this is interesting. Okay, this gives it a little bit more tact behind it, I suppose. The fact that she's mentioning this, because she specifically says, if you see from anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but Adam made it sound dignified. Out of respect and with some irony, I named the computer after him. Interesting. So we can imagine, actually, the AI talking to us, our ship AI. We can imagine it sounding like Adam now, which is interesting. Called me lady on missions. From anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic. See, I still like this better though. I don't know. Maybe this is just maybe this is just my refusal to accept how Other M paints a lot of things, like most people, right? But I still think like just this brief note, because everything's so brief here. But I think that's what makes it good, though, right? They don't do the whole flashback. They don't have her trying to justify him calling her a lady. She's just like, from anyone else, it would have sounded sarcastic, but he made it sound dignified. As opposed to being like, something, calling me something as delicate as lady. It's like, no, he's just being a dude. I don't know. I don't even think lady. I don't even think lady is a particularly delicate. I mean, I guess it's better than woman. Got any objections, a woman? Also, actually, to be fair, when they show the scene, and they show him saying, any objections, lady, it sounds super, super pointed. And, they made it, made it, and the way the voice actor said it, makes it sound way more pointed than maybe it was supposed to be. Recharge room. Oh. Cool. But here she was, but like in this one, all she said was that he addressed me as lady. The data room is just ahead. Gotcha. Ooh. Hold arrow, press B. Alright. Oh, they start a little slow, like the thrusters activating. Interesting. You locked me in, what's up? Electrical interference has knocked out the elevators on the main deck. This may be related to the X. I'll work on it. As for you, try to find another way to the target. It's located here. I'm reading huge bio signs, so I hope your missiles work. To reload missiles, you can use a recharge room or absorb a special type of X parasite. You'll see them. Try it out. Missiles are your only hope. Don't hesitate to use them. Now find a way to the target. Things got a little sinister too. Take a quick swig of water. Make sure to stay hydrated, everybody. It's important. Guess I'm gonna find a different way. Oh. Oh, I like the little glow from it. That's an interesting one. Okay. Maybe I'll have to think a little bit more outside of the box. Oh, and of course they give us. Oh, it was yellow entering, green exiting. That's interesting. Oh. We got ladders, okay. Okay, just out in the open. Guess there's nothing wrong with that. Oh, and then we have circles on the map to indicate... Okay, so this is just straight up like some Zero Mission stuff. The Zero Mission remake must have been made around the same time, I'm thinking. Ow. Dang, those guys, I think, did a pretty good, decent amount of damage. Gonna be honest. Oh! Ow! Okay, let's do a save. Whew, we into some deja vu. You know that deja vu that like just hits you right in your chest, makes you feel anxious? I don't know why I get that so much. Well, I've been getting that so much. Ow! I'm gonna freaking die. I don't want to freaking die. Oh, these guys keep reviving. Can I not, shoot that guy in the eye? Oh, it depends on... Dang. Oh, got him. Hey, there was a red one. No, come back. Hey, no, come back here. Hey, no. Oh, I can suck them up before they get pulled in. All right. Oh, I probably should have gone back and saved before. Just a free energy tank, huh? Is getting a lot of the upgrades and stuff not like a mandatory? I mean, not like a difficult to do in this game? Oh. What do we... Oh! Ay, ay, ay. Come here. Come here. Oh, got morph ball for that. Nice. Press down twice to morph. Whew, that was a little intense. That guy actually got me pretty low. I think I dropped below 50 at one point. No bombs yet, though. Actually recognize that enemy though. I think, have we seen him before in other games? Maybe there were things like him. Enemies that could turn into balls like that. Maybe we fought a guy like that in Zero Mission. Oh. Nice. This is interesting though, like you're fighting the enemies, but then you have to make sure to absorb the X parasites or else they'll just keep coming back. Well, that was our first little boss encounter down. Not too hard, nothing too crazy. But I think with that, we are going to call it. You know, I think that's a good place to call it. So next time, we're going to be continuing to explore the biologic research lab, in order to maybe find any sign of living people. Actually, I don't know. Nobody's mentioned trying to find survivors. I think we've gone into this under the assumption everybody's dead. But yeah, we will be just us, Samus, and our new AI companion, Adam. Oh, that does. Now I'm glad we played. I'm super glad we played Other M. Then I did not expect a drop like that from this. Now Other M makes a lot more sense now. There's a lot of aspects of it that make more sense now with this being in between Super Metroid and this one. But hey, if you like this, you know all the things you can do. Oh, if you're on YouTube, another part will come out tomorrow, next day, or the day after that. I usually try to upload all the parts to a playthrough consecutively every day of the week. Maybe not weekends though. Weekends we usually leave those free. If you're on Twitch, then catching a stream of this, another part will probably start shortly. You know, and you can do all the things. You can subscribe, you can hit the notification bells, you can leave comments, you can press like if you like it and dislike if you like it, and like if you don't like it, and dislike it if you do like it. Hit notification bells, hit the follow, get notified when streams are happening. At the moment, I just put up pre-recorded stuff, and I stream it all at once. That's just what I prefer doing. But hey, next time we will continue and keep absorbing foreign entities into our body. I guess that's just what we'll do. Is that what we're about? Is nobody's got qualms with that? Samus isn't like a little like, ew, this is probably not good. Yeah, whatever. What's a couple more strands of DNA entering our body? The organism was an undiscovered, unnamed parasitic life form, which the researchers later called X. Thinking little of it at the time, I boarded a ship, set out for the next collection point. Suddenly, I felt my entire body seize up and I lost consciousness. The ship began to drift away from the planetary orbit toward an asteroid belt. Thankfully, an auto-escape pod jettisoned me from the craft before the ship was destroyed. The researchers in the newly constructed research station orbiting SR-388 sent a shuttle to recover the pod shortly thereafter. However, in the time since my infection, the X had multiplied rapidly in my body and had infected my parasuit. My heart rate and blood pressure dropped rapidly as I fell into a deep coma. The onboard medic simulation predicted I only had a 0.873% prognosis for survival. I was transported to the Galactic Federation HQ for emergency medical treatment. The fact that the parasuit contained biological components and was also integrally connected to my body seemed to worsen the matter. The Federation surgeons were unable to remove the suit while I was unconscious. Their only chance was to cut and remove parts of the infected suit from my still unconscious body. Immediately after, they sent the suit parts over to the Biologic Space Labs research for study. Even with the parts removed, however, the X infection was spreading rapidly through my nervous system, and the researchers monitoring my deterioration knew of no cure. Someone proposed a desperate treatment. Create a vaccine from Metroid cells. Apparently the Federation had preserved a cell culture from the last Metroid. The scientists quickly prepared and administered a vaccine. The symptoms of the infection disappeared instantly, and all of the X-parasites within me died in moments. I'm still amazed by the serendipity of this result. When I woke, the scientist told me that the hatchling had saved me once again. Almost immediately after I awoke, we received a distress call from the research station. Emergency explosion of unknown origin in the quarantine bay. The screams from the comm receiver were loud enough for me to hear it in the infirmary. I knew that something terrible was about to happen. Was already happening. I immediately boarded the ship the Federation provided me and sent a reply message. Docking with Biologic Space Lab Station in 10 minutes. Prepare the landing bay. And that is just the start of it. My reading my reading skills need to improve. I'm gonna be playing more games with a bunch more dialogue. When I get to Zelda, that game's got so much dialogue. Gotta get better at reading on the first glance.